Hey, what's up guys? Hardleg Joe here with your What deck profile for the Constellar Artifact Kaiju deck, also known as the C.A.K. I'm just going to go through everything in here and then I'll explain how it works. So for monsters, we're playing 3 Jizukuri, the Star Destroying Kaiju, 2 Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, 2 Artifact Scythe, 1 Artifact Moltark, 3 Galaxy Soldier, 3 Constellar Kaus, 3 Constellar Pollux, 3 Constellar Algeti, and 3 Constellar Sombre. For our spells, we're playing 3 Instant Fusion, 1 Reinforcements of the Army, 2 Constellar Tempest, and 2 Fire Formation Tenki. For our traps, we have 3 Artifact Sanctum, 2 Ixi Reborn, 2 Call of the Haunted, and 2 Solemn Strike. Our extra deck, we have 2 Panzer Dragon, 1 Elder Entity Norden, 1 Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, 1 M7, 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 1 Tiris, Keeper of Genesis, 1 Utopia the Lightning, 2 Constellar Plieades, 1 Volcasaurus, 1 Cybernova Dragon, a regular Utopia, Constellar Omega, and Castel the Skyblaster Musketeer. The side deck I'll go over in a moment. So this deck is based mostly off making Plieades and then doing various troll things with him. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's once per turn. During either player's turn, you can detach 1 Ixi's material from this card to target 1 card on the field and return it to the hand. The most obvious combo with this is with the Kaijus. You could summon a Kaiju to your opponent's side of the field by tributing one of their monsters, and then use Plieades to return this to your hand so you can use it again next turn, and more importantly clear the field so you can attack directly for 2500. We're also playing Call of the Haunted. This is continuous trap, lets you summon a monster from your graveyard, and the important thing about this is if you use the monster you summon with it as Ixi's material, this will stay on the field, which you can then use your Plieades to send this back to your hand, and summon again for continuous Ixi summoning. You can do the same thing with Fire Formation Tenki. This will let you search out a Beast Warrior type monster, and because it's a continuous spell, you can send it back to your hand and search again next turn. Probably most importantly is this Constellar Tempest, a neat little tech card. Probably not as consistent as I like, which is why we're only playing as 2. It has 2 effects. The first one's not important at all. I don't use it. The important part is the second effect. It's once per turn during your standby phase. Target a Constellar Ixi monster you control and a Constellar in your graveyard. Attach the monster in your graveyard as Ixi material to the Ixi monster. So what this means is you'll be able to use his effect pretty much indefinitely. Every turn you can either send one of your own monsters or one of your own spell traps back to your hand, or if you just want to stun your opponent, you could send their monsters or their spell traps back, and then during your standby phase you could just get one of your Constellars, attach it right back to him. It's also not really a combo, but kind of a good tech card that works with Plieades, Ixi Reborn. Target 1 Ixi monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and attach this card as Ixi material. This works particularly good with Plieades because his effect is a quick effect. You use it during your opponent's turn. So you can send one of their monsters back, then if this gets destroyed, you summon it back with Ixi Reborn attached to it, and you can send another card back. So to make this guy, you need 2 level 5 light monsters, which is a lot of what we're playing. We're playing Galaxy Soldier. You could send 1 other light monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon it in defense position, and then add another Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. So you could use this as material on its own. It also lets you search out another Galaxy Soldier, so if you have 2 other light monsters in your hand, you could special summon it. The Kaijus were specifically playing the light monster versions of it, just so you can use them with Galaxy Soldier. Most likely, though, we're going to be using the Constellar engine, the main one being Constellar Kaus. This is twice per turn. You can target a Constellar monster you control and either increase its level by 1 or reduce its level by 1. We are always going to be increasing, so you can turn all your level 4 Constellars into level 5 light monsters, allowing you to make all your level 5 Ixi. Of course, even if you don't have another Constellar monster, he could just use his effect on himself, so if you have any of your artifacts or a Galaxy Soldier, you can use that in combination to make your rank 5. These other 2 Constellars, Pollux and Algeti, are kind of variations on the same thing. Pollux lets you normal summon another Constellar in addition to your regular normal summon, and Algeti lets you special summon a level 4 Constellar when it's summoned. So if you have either of these and Kaus, you'll be able to make any rank 4 or rank 5 that you want. And finally, we've got Sombre. Sombre is more a recovery card than anything, but really useful in this deck. It's if you have 2 Constellars in your graveyard, you can banish 1 to add the other to your hand, and then you can normal summon again the turn you use that effect. So if you have Kaus and Pollux in your graveyard from a previous play, you can banish the Pollux, get Kaus back, normal summon it, and there you go, you're another rank 5 play. Of course, if you don't have Kaus, any of these can be used in combination to make rank 4s, of which we only have a couple. Not the greatest selection. We had to fill up with mostly rank 5s, but there's enough there that you should be able to do some stuff. Omega in particular is probably the only one up north. The rest are kind of a toolbox. This one can only be made with light monsters, and you can detach 1 Ixi material to make all Constellar monsters unaffected by spell traps this turn. So if you already have a Plieades, and especially if you already have the Constellar Tempest that's going to recycle it, this is a good option to make, because it's going to make it so they can't Dark Hole or Raigeki or Plieades. As for the rest of your monsters, the Kaijus, they're just monster removal. Like I said, they're light. They both got 3,300. The artifacts, if you're unfamiliar with them, you can set them in your spell trap zone, and if they're destroyed during your opponent's turn, they'll special summon. And when they're special summoned during your opponent's turn, they get effects. Scythe has an effect that makes it so your opponent can't special summon from the extra deck that turn, so it's locked down. And Maltak just blows up one face-up card your opponent controls without targeting it. These are just a nice little bit of stun, and of course they're level 5 light monsters, so if they survive being summoned, then next turn if you have a Kaijus or a Galaxy Soldier, you can make something with them. They're also particularly useful with this Artifact Sanctum. This will let you summon an artifact directly from your deck, and if this is destroyed by your opponent, then you can destroy a card on the field. So a nice little bit, if they blind MST it, you're automatically destroying one card they do, and you can summon either of these, either to disrupt their plays or stop them from using the extra deck for a turn. Just a nice little bit of stun that adds a little bit of more survivability to this deck. Plus playing all these artifacts in combination with things like Solemn Strike that they do want to MST really can get some mind games in there. They're not sure whether they should try to MST your back row or not. I think the only other things we didn't talk about is Tenki. Of course, this is used just to search Kaijus, and we're only playing 2 of them because, again, you can reuse it over and over again. Plus, there's just not much space in this deck. We're also playing Reinforcements of the Army. This just lets you search Pollux, just a little added search power to make this deck slightly faster. And Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion we mostly use to summon Panzer Dragon, a level 5 light machine monster. So, of course, if you have Kaijus or any of your artifacts or Galaxy Soldier, along with Instant Fusion, you're going to be able to make your Plieades. Because it's a machine, along with Galaxy Soldier, you can also use them to make Cyber Infinity Dragon via Cyber Nova Dragon, which is always just a good lockdown. If you can get both of those out, you're pretty set. If need be, we also play the 1 Norden. This will let you special summon a level 4 lower monster from your graveyard, which will help you make some of your rank 4 plays. You can't make Omega with it, but you can always make Castell and send something back, or Utopia the Lightning. The rest of the extra deck, we've got Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. You can Ixie summon this by using a rank 5 or 6 monster you control as Ixie material. Particularly good if Plieades runs out of material if you don't have Tempest or something. You could stack this on top of it. It has 100 more attack, and it does piercing damage. Constellar told me M7, kind of the same way. You can Ixie summon this on top of any Constellar Ixie monster you control. Has 2,700 attack. You can also detach one of this to target one monster on the field or in the graveyard and return it to the hand, which will let you reuse your plays, or just like with Plieades, send this back. Although you can't use this effect during your opponent's turn, and you can't use it the turn you summon it by stacking it on top of something. So, not the best effect. Our other 2 rank 5s, Kitirus, Keeper of Genesis, just one of my personal favorites. It can't be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material, and if it attacks, destroy 1 card on the field. So just a nice little opening play if you happen to go first and you can't make Cyber Dragon Infinity. But you could really replace this with whatever you want. Volcasaurus, this is you could detach to target one face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and inflict damage equal to that card's original attack. But you can't attack directly with this the turn you use it. This is really good, especially with these high attack Kaijus. Just sort of the same combo. You give them a Kaiju, make Volcasaurus, and then you can destroy that Kaiju to do 3,300 damage to your opponent. As for the side deck, the things I would consider playing in here, Artifact Ignition. This will let you destroy 1 spell trap, just a little spell trap removal because we don't really have any, and it'll let you set an artifact directly from your deck. You can of course also use this during your opponent's turn to blow up your own artifacts to get that started. Honest, really good, especially for high attack decks. If you're playing against like a Blue Eyes, this can be really good, especially since we're playing mostly light, and just more defense with Plieades. There's also a nice little combo. If you use Call the Haunted on Honest, you can then return Honest to your hand, and use Plieades to send your Call the Haunted back, so you continually use Honest every single turn. I'd also run 1 each just of the Tempest, Tenki, Ixie Reborn, Call the Haunted, Solemn Strike. These are all kind of things that I really wanted to include, but couldn't quite run them at 3. Maybe with a little bit of testing you could figure out which is better, but against certain decks I'd imagine that you'd want more Call the Haunteds, you'd want more Ixie Reborns. So maybe 1 each of either of these, and then if one in particular is not good for you, switch it out. The rest of these are just sort of alternate options. Originally I had Cyber Dragon in here just because it's a level 5 light machine monster. Didn't quite work as well as I wanted it to. But you can also do that neat combo with it and the Star-Destroying Kaiju because it's a machine. Like, summon this to their side of the field, summon Cyber Dragon, and then fuse both monsters into Chimera Tech to clear their field and have a 2,000 attack point monster. Also good for getting rid of Cyber Dragon Infinities that your opponent has. Maybe it might be worth side decking, just in case you go against a machine deck. I also considered running this new Sea Monster of Theseus, because it's a level 5, so of course you could use it for Ixie summons, but it's also the tuner, So which, along with your level 5 monsters, you could make Anit-meta Tzolk'in and thus Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. I didn't really have enough room in the extra deck for all this stuff, so I ended up skipping it out, but you could easily put it in there if you wanted to put less level 4s or less instant fusion, something like that. And that's pretty much the deck. It's not the best deck, not the most competitive thing, but I tried to make something really interesting this week, something that maybe hadn't seen much play before, and it works surprisingly well. If nothing else, you can use it to troll people. Next week, I'm still not sure exactly what I'm doing. Maybe Raid Raptors, hard to say. Until then, good luck, have fun.